Paradise, Louisiana, with Gary Risponi and Don Dubuque. Paradise, Louisiana would also like to thank these sponsors.
Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change, Cracker Barrel Convenience Stores. We have more than you expect. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Louisiana, Farm Bureau Insurance, Louisiana Fish Fry Products, Demco, First South Farm Credit, Area Wholesale Tire Company, with tire programs for tire dealers.
Welcome to Paradise, Louisiana. I say welcome to the fall edition of Paradise, Louisiana. I'm Gary Risponi.
I'm Don Dubuque, and you're right. This is the real, true first fall edition. We have enjoyed some gorgeous fall weather this weekend, and I've been seeing not only early arriving ducks in the skies, but I'm seeing arrows flying, I'm seeing squirrels jumping. Speaking of squirrels, your time of year, Carlton.
It's nice, pretty this morning. We're going to talk about some squirrels and the East Ascension Sportsman League annual squirrel rodeo.
Well, the people have seen Carlton and been watching Paradise, Louisiana for the last 11 or 12 years from the inception. You've seen me make hunts with Carlton Savoy, especially with his squirrel dogs, but we done from rabbits to quail. We done did it all, Carlton, even caught some sacalay. So we're glad to have you here this week, and thank you for, by the way, Carlton is he's a jack of all trades. He shot most of that video, huh?
Yes, we had a good time.
He's not a jack of all trades. He's the master of all trades.
Yeah, he does a lot. He can do it all.
All right, also, I'm going to go redfishing. Captain Mike Gallo and I took off in celebration of the HT Redfish series to kind of test out the waters the first day of the tournament. Brought along with us a special guest. Her name is Poppy Tooker, and she is an author of a lot of cookbooks, does a lot of seafood cooking. In fact, she's going to be one of the guest speakers at the SEOPA, the Southeast Outdoor Press Association Conference in Lake Charles. She'll be talking to all the members. We'll be showing her catching a few fish. And also we got a special guest from Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries. Alex Perret's going to be here in a follow-up segment about what we talked about a couple of weeks ago about the problems in Lake Cataouatche and Lake Salvador.
Yeah, and then I'm going to make a trip, and we're going to go back. Last week I was at the Red River in Midway Marina and fished with Jackie Washington, one of the premier sacalay fishermen, or crappie fishermen, white perch, whatever you want to call it. We didn't catch a whole lot, but we got some good words of wisdom from Jackie Washington, so we're going to make a short trip over there. Also, I went to very big charity fun shoots, clay shoots, and sporting clays. First to start off at Gateway at Hunter's Run. This is a therapeutic training for handicapped kids, disabled kids. They do it with horses, big deal. We made a trip there at Hunter's Run. Then Saturday was one of the biggest ones I've ever been to. We was at, I call it, I keep messing up all the time. It's a Riverside Sporting Clays. It's a big place. I didn't realize it was that big. I always say Denham Springs when we talk about Livingston Parish, but this is it's right out of Live Oak, almost heading toward Amite on 16, and it's a beautiful place, big crowd, beautiful thing, and then we could talk to some of these guys what they do for cancer research, prostate cancer research in Tulane University. So yeah, that's what I got. We got a busy week.
And in our news segment, we're going to talk about some confusion over what is open and what is not open for you hunters with regard to federal property, and also our weekly Abu Garcia Berkeley Fishing Report. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
When you're ready to really enjoy life at a slower pace, become a landowner. First South Farm Credit specializes in financing and refinancing land, but not just for farmers. They offer loans to purchase timberland, hunting and fishing, or recreational property. Their experience in land, timber, and loans set them apart from standard lending institutions. Contact a First South Farm Credit loan officer for more information. First South Farm Credit, a specialized rural land investment lender helping you realize your dream.
You watching Paradise, Louisiana.
We build tires, but not tires like anybody else. We build Cooper tires for people, not just cars. People who are chauffeurs and shuttle pilots, heavy haulers and heavy hitters. More than what your Cooper tires can do, It's about what you can do with your Cooper tires. Life's a road trip. Come on, let's go.
Hey guys, John here. I want to tell you about two new exciting products on the market from Louisiana Fish Fry Products, #1 selling fry and batter in the country. First is a Cajun fry. It's spicy. It has a great blend of cornmeal and corn flour, the right texture, the right flavor, and good heat. The other is a beer batter. Wonderful on shrimp, onion rings, mushrooms, and any white fish. Two great products available today. Go out and get them from Louisiana Fish Fry Products. Enjoy them.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana, and with a special guest, Carlton Savoy. And this is the month of October, and boy, living up to its reputation. We're going to talk a little bit more about the squirrel season that opened up. Bow hunters are out there. But one thing we didn't mention is the redfish. In October, generally when you think of October fishing in a saltwater marsh, in the duck ponds, you think about catching redfish. And this past weekend, we had the HT3 Redfish Series Championship come to Slidell in conjunction with a Red Festival. A couple of local fishermen won it. That was Sean O'Connell and Captain Eddie Adams. A great event that took place. I know we had the approaching storm Karen. Brought about a lot of changes. I had to reshuffle, moved it from the North Shore Harbor Center to the dock where the weigh-in was. Had great entertainment. Little Amanda Shaw came out there, the little fiddling lady from New Orleans, and put on quite a show. On the first day of the tournament, we headed to the Biloxi Marsh in search of some of those pond redfish. Great day out there before the storm came. Water was a little high, but clear. You could actually spot those redfish and cast to them as you see them with spinner baits. Poppy got a lot of fishing experience. She's got a camp down at Fort Bayou Pass. But she was not used to that type of fishing, but she caught on and ended up with the biggest redfish of the day.
But you see those, he's going over a lot of captains, and chefs. Food, that food is supposed to be my department. He getting in on all the things now. He's killing the teal, and he's getting to go with these chefs.
My God, I'm turning into Gary Risponi. That's a scary thought.
Yeah, it is.
Let's take you down there and get some advice on fishing tournaments. You know, maybe you're not fishing a big-time tournament like the Championship Series, but there's a lot of local redfish tournaments. And here's some advice if you're going to be fishing in them from Captain Mike Gallo, Angling Adventures of Louisiana. Yeah, baby. Yeah, perfect. Ooh. That's what the tournament fishermen are looking for.
Well, you're trying to target a specific size. You want to catch the two heaviest redfish that you can that are under 27 inches. So you need to find that 3 to 5 year old class of fish, catch obviously as many as you can and cull through them for the two heaviest ones. You cover a lot of water as best you can. Today we had a small tide movement, so we use a lure with a small amount of vibration. With heavy tide, we try to use a lure with a heavier vibration and match the hatch or match the speed of the water. The wind does play a part in it. A lot of the redfish are going to be in the marsh. These are slot redfish, so they'll be in the marsh. I think the difficulty will be, can some of these boats get to the areas they want to fish? Once they're there, they'll be in protected waters and they'll still be able to be productive. Some of those chunky redfish.
All right.
Look how beautiful.
Got a kiss for him?
Woo, woo, woo. You know, I'm very experienced if you count time fishing, because I've been fishing since I was a child. Skill, I still don't have that pinpoint casting aim that you really need.
Hold up a little bit. We got it!
Yay!
Yeah. It's a fish with 3 tails, triple tail. No, he just broke water over there.
Oh, I see.
Oh, there's coming back. He's in the grass right here. He's right in the grass. He's up in there.
It certainly helps to be able to see them. You can present your lure right in front of them, make sure you get a hook up. For me, as the guide, it gives me an indication of how aggressive the fish are. Did he turn and really run toward it, or did you have to really put it right in front of his nose? And that helps in the future when I see other ones. Where am I going to cast? Do I have to be close? With the wind, you're not always pinpoint accurate with your casts.
Oh, I'm so... Get it. Get it, come on.
He is in the boat.
Oh, now that's a beautiful redfish. He's almost a little bit too big for eating, huh?
We're going to check and see. This is exactly the kind of redfish the tournament fishermen don't want. As you can see, it's 27.5, half-inch too big for the tournament, but he ain't too big for our grill.
For me, I want to make sure you can taste the fish because redfish have such a sweet, beautiful, flaky flesh that the worst thing you can do is cover it with too much sauce and commotion.
We have redfish in the Louisiana marsh year-round. We're very blessed in Louisiana. So it really doesn't make a difference what time of year it is. We're going to have big numbers of redfish.
Ask me about my Tempur-Pedic.
Ask me how fast I fall asleep.
Why not talk to someone who's sleeping on the most highly recommended bed in America?
Ask me about staying asleep.
Tempur-Pedic owners are more satisfied than owners of any traditional mattress brand.
Ask me how it feels after 10 years.
Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America.
Ask about Tempur-Pedic at Olin's, where you know you always get the guaranteed low price. Olin's is the only store in Baton Rouge and Lafayette with the full line of Tempur-Pedics.
You watching Paradise, Louisiana.
Come to the family-owned and operated Cassius Casino in Port Allen today, where the Vegas-style video poker machines are ready for your entertainment. Cassius Casino is the finest, cleanest, classiest casino around. And Cassius 50-style diner is now serving seafood daily, along with your favorite home-cooked specials 24/7. Hey, Cassius is fun. Cassius is exciting. So come to the unsinkable Cassius Casino in Port Allen. Over the river 2 miles west of exit 151.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. Of course, October kicks off some very important and popular hunting seasons. Number 1, the archery season for deer. Number 2, the squirrel and rabbit season, which is our longest season, beginning in early October, first Saturday, runs all the way through the end of February. Carlton, Savoy has put a lot of years in on opening days and closing days. How did it go for you with this beautiful weather we got now as opposed to what happened in open weekend?
Well, we had a good weekend. The weather was bad. We got rained on before we left the house. Mike Brown is a person that went on the bluff at Spanish Lake, and he was shooting a .22 rifle, and he killed 4 squirrels. And we went on back to the weigh-in, and Mike and Brooks Moran tied for big squirrel. It was 1.78 pounds, 1.58 pounds. And then Brooks Moran won the squirrel hunt. He had 8.78 pounds, and Richard Gotro was in second place. And a boy by the name of Kevin Patel was in third place. So they brought him in. I think there were 20 people that entered the hunt. And
well, you know, one of the biggest ones that didn't enter the hunt is every year you gave them guys a lot of chance. You know, you did a good thing. You didn't hunt this year. You sort of passing on the thing, you know.
Yeah, well.
Now you made about 3 hunts during the weekend. Where else did you kill? And what do you think? What about the squirrel crop? What do you think?
Look like the squirrels are here. I mean, I was really surprised at the squirrels that were brought in. I think 3 people had their limit. But you have to understand, and it rained and the wind blew, and it was a tough weekend. I think they brought in around 60 squirrels. So.
You know, people not familiar with it, we're talking about the East Ascension Sportsman's League annual squirrel rodeo. Been going on for a lot of years. How long has it been going on, and how does it work?
I really don't know how long it's been going on. But any member, you know, up to date on that dues can participate in the hunt. We just go out Saturday morning and the opening morning and go to your favorite place, and at 3 o'clock I think is the weigh-in time, and you come back and you weigh your squirrels in. They clean them And Sunday evening, all the families go and have a big cookout. So it's
kind of
really
like
nice.
a bass tournament, but for squirrel hunters. You
That's
weigh
right.
your best stringer of 8 biggest squirrels, and then you give the biggest squirrel award.
That's right.
So you think if somebody got a good spot and it's got fox squirrels, well, naturally they're going to weigh more than a cat squirrel.
Well, Gary, what makes the difference in a good hunter or a good fisherman and a great one?
A good hunter, a good fish, and a great one?
That's right.
What he puts in the pot, I guess.
Access.
Access?
And that's the answer to your question.
Location.
That's right. Being able to have the places to go and the places to fish.
I've hunted both with dogs, with you, and you know, which is my favorite because I can hear real good. What makes a good still hunter? What's the secret of still hunter?
Eyes and ears. I think if you can't hear good and if you can't see good, you're going to have a rough time. And
What's the secret? I know some people like you, I've seen you get back and hide from squirrels and make them come to you.
Right.
Wayne Amato's another one I watched, the squirrel hunting squirrel. Look, cat squirrel, he can do it, use squirrel call. But what's your secret? I know you use a rifle, I know you use your fork and stick. What's your secret?
Not making any noise. Now, I know Don he's a slow hunter, and he likes to slow hunt. I hunt fast. I'll move, and when I get in the squirrels, well, then I'll slow down. But on days that, you know, squirrels just not moving sometime, well, that's when I'll grab that palmetto or grab that tree and start shaking it and squealing. And what it is, those squirrels think that a hawk has come down and grabbed a small one, and they can't stand it. They have to start barking and carrying on, and that's whenever you know, when they're not moving, you can use that to find squirrels.
They tell me they got some people can then stare them down. They can just look at them and stare them down. You know,
I can smell them.
I was going to go and do that, learn how to do that because I couldn't hear. But they said I was so ugly, I'd tear them up too bad.
Shotgun versus 22, Carl. I know what you like, but
yeah,
some folks go for the shotgun.
Shotgun is, you know, it's all in a person, but it's just more of a challenge with the 22 rifle, and that's why, you know. Now I'm shooting and shoots 22 rifle with a sight scope on it. So I train dogs, and I sold a dog for a few dollars, and that's what I do. So I went out and got me a
Well, you know, believe me, I'm hunting with him long time. There's a couple of things he brings. He brings something to shake vine and glasses now, and he make you shake and vine. And the client Peters told me about that aluminum bat on a tree to get them to come out of the hose. But when you go with him, you're going to have a shotgun on the side, too, because when they start running, one person going to have a shotgun.
Yep. All right, Carlton, what happened to all them squirrels at the East Ascension Sportsman League when the weigh-in's over? What do you do with them?
We cleaned them, and we had a cookout Sunday evening, and all the people that want to go over there. And,
talking about cooking,
it was real good. Todd Bro cooked the squirrels down Sunday evening, and you know, he's our old relative. And we had the thing over at Merle Gotro's house. Every year they do it, and this year our chairman was Dwayne Gotro. So we had a real good turnout and good time.
We're hunting here in Hillsdale, Louisiana on the Zachary family property. So far today we've gotten 2 trees and jumped 2 squirrels and managed to get one of them today.
Lee Thomas Zachary and live on Hillsdale, Louisiana on Zachary Farm.
Roger Villiers, St. Charles Parish, Bayou Louisiana. Adam Booth, I live in Bayou Louisiana.
Jacob Thompson, Hillsdale, Louisiana.
Tegan Bills, Amite, Louisiana.
Jason Thompson, Hillsdale, Louisiana.
Steve Ballou, Santa Maria, Louisiana.
Redfish Gotro. Oh, Lord. And I killed a limited gray squirrel this morning.
Happy Gotro.
Hey, Mr. Perret, how you doing?
Gonzalez, originally Dutchtown.
3 o'clock deadline.
Archimore, Dutchtown, Louisiana.
He got 4.8.
Francis Gotro right here.
Christian Lambert, and I'm from Gonzales, Louisiana.
Taylor Diaz, hunted in Spillway, we killed 3.
Hey, Gotro. I'm from Gonzales, and I tried to kill 8, but I ended up with 0.
Kevin Cortell killed 7 squirrels.
Marpole Swamp. Stephen McCall, Gonzales, Louisiana. And we went and hunted out in the spillway, and I killed us 3 squirrels.
Welcome to the East Ascension Sportsman League Squirrel Rodeo. At Merrill's house, we got a pot full of squirrels. Merrill did a good job. Thank you, Merrill, for helping me and putting this on.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and Dwayne, he's the chairman of the Squirrel Rodeo.
Yeah.
Fine job they do every year.
How many we had, Dwayne?
We had 65 squirrels weighed in yesterday, and that's what Tide cooked, 65 squirrels.
I'm Troy Paxton, hunted in Spanish Lake Hunting Club. Yesterday was the opening morning of squirrel season. Kind of had a tough hunt. I just had 2 kills yesterday morning. Mosquitoes terrible. Conditions weren't very good, but that's all I can say about that.
My name is Brennan Paxton. I also hunted in Spanish Lake Hunting Club, and I didn't kill anything yesterday, and I got a touchdown high.
Brooks Moran, Santa Monica, Louisiana. I killed 4 fox squirrels, 4 grays, through 3 thunderstorms in Lake Martin, Louisiana.
My name is Mike Farrar. I live over here in Dutchtown on J.D. Broussard Road. Made a long trip up to Red River Wildlife Management Area. It was tough. 2 of us went, we come home with 1 squirrel. Had a good time though, that's what it's all about.
This is one of the best, I tell you what, and this cooking shed that we have here, I tell you, it's real unique. It ought to be in Southern Living.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the most unique type of shed, just made out of scrap lumber, scrap tin, scrap windows and everything. So it's really a good place for the East Ascension Sportsman League bunch to have their cookouts and other type cookouts here. And Merle's real nice to let us use it every year for this purpose too. And Rose are good about cooking. It just makes a good night. It makes the squirrel season perfect. That's what it does.
It's on the table.
Comes out great. So anyhow, we always enjoyed coming. Always enjoy seeing you fellas. And really thank you for the TV program and telling people what's going on in conservation and what the wildlife fishers people are doing and what other people are doing in conservation work and help the sportsmen and help the outdoors people who like to boat and ski and other types. A lot of people don't realize what wildlife fishers and the sportsmen really support and other activities around the state there, not only this area, but what they do support in many other areas of the state there. So it's a great night. I think everybody's having fun. We had a good squirrel hunt. And it looks like squirrel season will be good this year. So we enjoyed being with everybody.
Well, you got, last year you had between 600 and 700 squirrels you bagged. Given the mass crop and the forecast for this year, you think you'll top it, or?
Looks very good.
Very promising.
Yeah.
All right, so get out there and get after those squirrels like Carlton does. We'll be right back with more. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
I can't believe y'all brought me out in the blind and we ain't got no food. Man, I'm hungry.
Don't worry, Gary. This will be over quick.
Thanks to our sponsor, Raising Cane's and Todd Grays, a real Louisiana sportsman and conservationist, with true aim and sure shot, giving back to Louisiana.
Good job, girl. That's a better retrieve than any duck. Cane's, the official chicken of Louisiana outdoors.
You're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
These engines run for thousands of hours to prove we did. With 20% more cleaning agents than before, Shell nitrogen-enriched gasoline.
Oh, the gasoline protects your engine better!
Awkward. Try Shell nitrogen-enriched gasolines. No other gasoline protects your engine better.
Visit Cracker Barrel convenience stores before heading fishing or hunting. We have more than you expect.
You're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
Of all the tools in your house, this could easily be the most dangerous, but it doesn't have to be. At Dimco, we can't stress this enough. Just keep it, and you, far away from power lines.
Demco, your touchstone energy cooperative.
Welcome
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. In a follow-up segment, you may recall, Steve Rockweiler came on to talk about some troubled waters down in the Lake Cataouatche area as far as the disappearance of the bass habitat, those very important grasses. Well, some of the people who are getting a lot of the blame for that, wrongly so, is Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries. And here to set the record and the story straight is Alex Perret. He is the Aquatic Vegetation Control Coordinator for Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries. Alex, thanks for coming on.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
If you would, from where you sit and what you do at your job, tell us what you think is the problem there, why that very precious bass habitat has been certainly hurt very badly over the last couple of years.
Well, first of all, I did watch the segment that Mr. Steve was on, and I thought he did a really good job of laying out kind of what the lake's gone through over the years, where it was, and kind of where we are now. I thought he did an excellent job of kind of showing everyone the changes that have gone through. Basically, there's a lot of different things going on all at the same time to kind of make these changes with the hydrilla beds that we used to have. If you go back, you start talking about when was it really at its best. Look at 2007. I think the lake had the most hydrilla that it's ever had. It was really almost 100% coverage. That actually is the last time that the department had to use herbicides on the hydrilla, and really the only reason we did that was to cut boat lanes so that the bass fishermen could get in and out of the lake and could get into some of those holes that were in there. And it was really good fishing at that time. But if you go back before that, you know, we had Katrina and Rita in 2005, and they had problems with the levees following those hurricanes, and they couldn't really run the diversion at the intended rate. So it was very slow flow coming out of the diversion, and so that allowed a lot of the water to get filtered by that marsh before it got into the lake, and so a lot of the clean water was coming out and the grass was able to flourish. Well, you know, after 2007, we had 2 hurricanes in 2008, one that deposited a lot of high salinity water into that area, and another one that the wind and wave action really damaged a lot of those root systems that were there. Following that, they started to operate the diversion as it was intended, and so you had more flow coming out, which means more turbid water coming right out into the lake. And as Steve pointed out, they made some cuts into the Cypress Lumber Canal, which allowed the turbid water to get into the Netherlands.
Now, who made those cuts? The Army Corps?
I think the Corps of Engineers made those cuts. So you're talking about just a whole bunch of different things that kind of all added together. Another issue, you know, with the turbid water coming into the lake now, a lot of that sediment is falling out onto the lake bottom, and that lake is wide open. So, you know, even if the diversion is not running, the water doesn't really have time to settle and clear out, because if the wind starts to blow, it just turns that sediment right back into the water column.
It's getting to be a muck, the grass dying, so it's building up a layer.
You had organic layer.
And every time the wind gets strong, it gets muddy again. It's turbulent.
That's right.
Shallow lake.
That's right.
You know, not to be on, you answered one question I had about people saying, you know, Wildlife and Fisheries dropped the pellets in there, but you said that ain't happened since 2007.
That was the last time.
All right. What, in your opinion, that could correct this? Not overnight, or what could make it turn back the other way? What should be done?
I think the first thing you need to look at is the turbidity issue of the water. You know, what can we do so that we're not depositing all this turbid water directly into the lake? What that would entail, I'm not quite sure. That would take a lot of looking into different flow regimes of getting that water out of the pond.
Different government entities.
Yeah, I mean there's a whole bunch of different agencies involved with the diversion, and the diversions, you know, actually it's being run, it's being managed for saltwater intrusion control. So they're looking at salinity levels in the Barataria Basin, and that determines how fast and when they run the diversion. So,
now, Steve and Don and them think that what's happening is that readings in the Barataria Basin are false readings because they're getting more salinity reading the way it's happening now, where it's coming, right, Don?
Right, well, that's a different issue as far as controlling the salinity and how much of the flow from the Davis Pond should be put in there. But what the immediate problem is the water's coming through that holding area unfiltered. It's pushing through there and causing a siltation problem and also killing the grass and the habitat in there. But just to kind of recap and be clear, Wildlife and Fisheries definitely is doing no spraying, no pellet dropping, absolutely no need to, because the diversion is taking care of that weed problem for you.
That's correct. The only spraying that we do in that area is for water hyacinth whenever it kind of gathers up and becomes an issue for boaters to get in canals.
Could it be that in order to restore the coast in that area, that this is just going to be collateral damage? We lose a resource and a habitat.
For the time being, it appears to be that way.
We'll probably have to talk
Well,
to coastal restoration people and Corps of Engineers to get to work.
Everybody got damaged property in St. James, down in Lower Blackman Parish on the east side. You know, once they did one thing, caused more damage, more trouble. So it's a tight situation where they're trying to do it.
Yeah.
Before you get away, we've got other grass problems, aquatic problems, especially with giant Sylvania. Right? Y'all got some projects going. Y'all lowered Bistano,
right.
And then you just told me you got something going on at Saline. Saline, not to be confused with Lotto Saline Complex, but Saline Lake, y'all have some stuff going on right now. And then you told me something that maybe you need to talk about. You have some giant Sylvania problems in Chalmette?
We've been getting some phone calls from the Bayou Bienvenue area. It seems that a lot of the giant Sylvania has been gathering up by some of those marinas and boat launches, becoming a problem. They do get some salinity in there, which helps, but it seems only whenever they open the locks, some of that salt water will come in and all that stuff will turn brown and die out. But if they keep it closed for very long, it blows in from the marshes and whatever, from the freshwater marshes over there.
Number one, Bistano is in drawdown.
That's right.
That usually has been a bit of solved problem. Plus they've tried the beetles, right?
The weevils.
Yeah, now, what are y'all doing in Saline? Drawdown?
Saline's in drawdown, and we're also stocking weevils on Saline. And in both of these lakes that are in drawdown, we're also, we have our sprayers out there spraying while it's in drawdown, trying to get at some of these areas that aren't going to dry out, some of the places that stay wet that have the Salvinia still in them. We'll try to get in there and kill that plant material before the water comes back up, so we're not just reinfesting the lake.
Right. And I fished the Red River last week or so, and it's moving in the Red River, different places, but the guys that fish down there say they're seeing helicopters spraying. I don't know if you or the Army Corps engineer, they're spraying by helicopters that giant Sylvania in the Red River. Is that y'all or the Corps?
Oh, that was us, that particular instance. We've been working closely with the Red River Waterways Commission. Right. They generally take control of the plant control on the river, but they've gotten in communication with us recently about some problems in some of the backwaters, and we have a helicopter sprayer on contract. It was easy. It took, we did 2 days. We covered about 550 acres of Salvinia that we were able to kill in 2 days. So it works out really great when that stuff's in big wide open areas like they have right now. And,
well, we thank you for coming, and I don't know what else I can say, but maybe we'll call you and bring you back, or if you hear some news, you call us and bring it to us.
Anytime, just let me know.
Don?
All right, thanks for coming by, Alex. Stay tuned. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change has been keeping cars and trucks in Baton Rouge clean and running smooth for over 50 years. At Benny's, we feature professional car washing, complete detailing, high-tech waxing and buffing, interior cleaning, and tire shine. Benny's, one stop for car maintenance with complete oil and lube services and even state inspections at our express locations. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations, including our newest store on Greenwell Springs Road. And don't forget to stop by Be Quick Convenience Store and Fuel Stop. Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change. Drive in dirty, drive out clean.
At Blue Cross, we pay healthcare bills for more than 1 million Louisianians. When all is said and done, after we pay claims, taxes, and operating costs, we keep only a few cents of your premium dollar and hold that in reserve for you. That reserve fund is for your protection and is owned by you, our customers. Your healthcare dollar should pay for your health. We're Blue Cross. We're fighting for quality, affordable healthcare for you.
We build tires,
but not tires like anybody else. We build Cooper tires for people, not just cars. People who are chauffeurs and shuttle pilots, heavy haulers and heavy hitters. More than what your Cooper tires can do, it's about what you can do with your Cooper tires. Life's a road trip. Come on, let's go.
We want to welcome y'all back to the Red River. Red River Midway Marina, Mr. Kemp Nelson and his wife Felicia, they always come through for us, and I'm gonna tell you what, Kemp, you've been sending me pictures of Jackie here catching crappie, white perch, whatever you want to call it, and it's been tremendous fishing. You've been on them forever. He says anybody can catch them on a bad day, and we're about to have a bad day, or it might be a great day. We got a storm moving in, a front moving in. It's a little bit windy already. Early this morning, it's supposed to be 6:30, but it's 7:30. But we're going to go out right now and catch some fish. Thank you again. The accommodations were excellent last night. The food was excellent. Jackie, you eat in there much?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Excellent food.
Come on back.
Good hospitality.
He's supposed to be one of the best sac-a-lait fishermen on there. Let's see if the black cloud is going to affect him.
Well, this used to be a big field. There's a pond right out in the middle of it, and those fish usually hang around that pond. It's the deepest part of it, and you can catch some good fish out of it. Yeah, so March is my favorite month out here, but cold weather's also good. The colder it gets, the better it is. Just have to fish a little deeper. What we're using is one of my own knucklehead jigs. It's the gray with rainbow wrap. And they really like this jig.
Now, that's what we're doing without the crappie. Look at that hook. Oh, Rudolph found a lake. That's all right. Let him be swallowed. Get him over there. I can't get him. I can't get to him. How come I can lift yours and you can't get him?
It's knucklehead jigs. Remember.
Well, I'm so proud of you. I learned a lot today. The rain is coming. It ain't letting up. It started back again. If you look around, we're supposed to have a cold front. I can't thank you enough, and we'll thank Kemp. Kemp Nelson got his boat out, loaned us his boat, gave us shiners, gave us bait, fed us. If you don't come to Midway Marina, you don't know what you're missing. And am I correct?
Absolutely right.
Sac-a-lait fishing is outstanding. Bass. They've been catching bass. The kids with the high school rodeo yesterday all caught bass. So
it's a good place to catfish.
Oh yeah, catfish everywhere. We seen that today. Give me 5. Appreciate
Yes.
you. God bless you.
Pleasure's mine.
Man, if you ever want to know something, I don't know if he got a number, but you come over Midway, he'll put you on some sac-a-lait.
They know how to get in touch with me. Kemp has my number.
You're watching Paradise, Louisiana. The black cow struck again.
Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change has been keeping cars and trucks in Baton Rouge clean and running smooth for over 50 years. At Benny's, we feature professional car washing, complete detailing, high-tech waxing and buffing, interior cleaning, and tire shine. Benny's, one stop for car maintenance with complete oil and lube services and even state inspections at our express locations. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations, including our newest store on Greenwell Springs Road. And don't forget to stop by Be Quick Convenience Store and Fuel Stop. Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change. Drive in dirty, drive out clean.
You're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
Fishing. It's where good stories come from. It's about good times and family and friends. It's about taking a couple home for dinner tonight and saving a few for tomorrow. It's all about that and so much more. To CCA, fishing is about enjoying today and making sure tomorrow is even better. To us, fishing comes with a responsibility for the resources we enjoy so much. If fishing means all that to you, then you belong with CCA.
Introducing Powerade Ion 4, complete with 4 electrolytes lost in sweat. Powerade Ion 4, the complete sports drink.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana, our news segment. And Gary, red snapper season going to be shutting down pretty soon. Unfortunately, the weather did not cooperate, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to be disappointed unless you got out doing some of these good days during this week and caught some snapper. The other thing that people need to realize is some of the national wildlife refuges, in fact, just about all of them, are closed down to hunting and fishing during this government shutdown. There was some controversy about whether Cataouatche was open or closed. We got confirmation this morning from Jim Caldwell. It is open to hunting and fishing. The camping is allowed to in those forestry areas. Now, any areas that you go to, some of the boat launches, some of the offices, that will be closed. But unless you see a sign that it's closed, Cataouatche is open to hunt and fish. Other national wildlife refuges, Big Branch, Mandalay, Bayou Sauvage, those are closed until further notice.
That's it. But all the state wildlife and mountain areas are open.
Absolutely.
So a lot of those people furloughed are working, so there's nobody to work with. Tell me the latest on the red snapper. Now well, you see what happened. You know, we got a storm. There's no way it's that short a time that they could extend that a few more days.
Well, I don't think you're going to have any hope to extend this season because the federal government just doesn't operate that quickly. What could happen is if we under-harvest what the projection was, maybe those could be added on to next year. So that's the best hope we have for that. You got some other items, some things, events that took place.
Right. I don't know if it's the news items, but there's so many events coming up right now, and you'll see that on our event calendar. I want to remind you to look at the end of the show and look at the event calendar because there's so many things coming up from this coming week. The ladies rodeo, you still see me wearing pink in October. You see all the football teams wearing pink. So that ladies rodeo is a big deal and a lot of fun. But the same weekend they got Siopa in Lake Charles area, and the 19th is covered up between hunting and fishing days and outdoor, ladies in the outdoor, women in the outdoors. There's just so many things going on. So look at our schedule. What I want to talk about is last weekend was a tremendous day for charity and a tremendous day for sporting clays. Every year it seems like, you know, we get these things and people realizing it's a lot of fun to learn to shoot right before the hunting season. You get the thoughts done. You know, this past weekend I had 2 great days. One was at Hunter's Run for Gateway. It's therapeutic. Horsing, handling the horses, they do it to work with kids that are less fortunate and handicapped kids. Also, one man to make a difference. It's the 3rd year. So far, they done raised over $700,000 these last 3 years for cancer research, prostate cancer research, and through Tulane University. All I can tell you is let's go see it. We got sights and scenes, and I got interviews with the directors of both of them, and see some good shooting.
Me and our board of directors and all the amazing volunteers that we have that participate with us on a weekly basis get to witness. And Tristan has come a long, long way, and he has a lot of courage and a lot of heart and a lot of desire to go that much farther and to be able to walk and function in this world just like you and I.
You just got a commercial page, you ready? Tell them. That's what I'm talking about.
Tristan Bertie.
Well, how old are you?
11.
And let me tell you what, you like fooling with horses?
Yeah.
Yeah, good deal. You keep it up now.
Okay.
You the star of the show today.
I know.
Pull. This is a shoot-off for the high score at the Gateway Shoot today.
And who are the participants? I think I know Mr. Alexandria.
This is
Mr.
Blake Gary.
Blake Gary.
Mr. Kane Altizan. And they're going to do a shoot-off. They're going to do 2 report pairs, 2 true pairs. Best man wins. Play pair. All 10. Pull.
Glenn Lejeune from Lakeland, Louisiana.
Blake White from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Jamie Taylor, Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Amy Brown, Gonzales.
So guys, congratulations to y'all, first place team. All y'all with the ISC team, huh?
Yes, sir.
Team ISC.
Who's the captain of this team?
Johnny Rasponi.
Johnny Rasponi, huh?
Johnny Rasponi.
Great job. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Hi, my name is Shelley Rose, and I'm the Executive Director of Gateway Therapeutic Horsemanship, and we just completed an amazing event. It was our 2nd annual Shattering Clay for Gateway sporting clay event, and it was a beautiful day and lots of fun and great fellowship, and we were able to share what Gateway is doing, which is offering therapeutic horseback riding and equine-assisted therapy to people with special needs. We're a volunteer-based organization, and we would love your help, so if you'd like to participate, there's no horse experience necessary, and we have spots for participants to ride, to learn therapeutic riding skills, and to also receive therapy. And so we treat people of all ages and look forward to having you contact us at info@gateway.org, info@gateway, GAITWAY.org. Thank you so much.
Welcome to Riverside Sporting Clay.
You're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
All right.
I had to mix it up, so y'all mix it up. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, good morning. This is Mike Boykin. Welcome to the one-man shoot held here at Riverside Sporting Clays, just north of Denham Springs.
We are putting on our 3rd annual shoot to raise money for prostate cancer research and awareness. It all started when my best friend, 52 years ago, found out he had prostate cancer, but it didn't find it until it was all in his bones. So he wanted to do something so that everybody else didn't have to fight the same battle he had to fight. So today is our 3rd annual shoot. So far, we've raised over $500,000 for prostate cancer research, and all the funding goes to Tulane, to Dr. Sauter, who right here in our backyard is a world-renowned research scientist and doctor for prostate cancer. Cool.
that. You like that. Best. That's it. I just want to show my still shoot. Oh, okay. Somebody else's gun.
Yeah, shoot my target.
That's a good gun, buddy. That's an Italian gun.
It's not the gun, that's for sure, right?
It's an Italian gun.
No, it's Italian gun.
Thank y'all. Thank you, bro. What I tell you,
This
you watch
Italian
Paradise,
boy.
Louisiana.
Louisiana Farm Bureau Insurance doesn't hire celebrities to push auto coverage. We think people might like to make decisions based on service and savings, not just because that guy from that show says it's a good idea. Instead of faces you know from your TV, we offer faces you know from your neighborhood. Because we're based in Louisiana, with local agents right in your town. That's really the only thing we want to be famous for. Louisiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
When you're ready to really enjoy life at a slower pace, become a landowner. First South Farm Credit specializes in financing and refinancing land, but not just for farmers. They offer loans to purchase timberland, hunting and fishing, or recreational property. Their experience in land, timber, and loans set them apart from standard lending institutions. Contact a First South Farm Credit loan officer for more information. First South Farm Credit, a specialized rural land investment lender helping you realize your dream.
Welcome to the Berkeley Abu Garcia Fishing Report. And Gary, starting off with saltwater, redfish continue, as they have all year, to really be active and plentiful in the ponds, along the coastline. Got good reports of moving into some of the big lakes. Can't go wrong with redfish. Speckled trout, still got speckled trout in transition, more and more each week, and especially with this cold front starting to show up a little closer on the inside, won't be having to make so much of a long run. And I know you got some reports from one of your spots down there in Dularge.
I'm going to tell you what, Dularge is really hot. I went with, by the way, I went with Captain Rodrigue, Elton Rodrigue, or Capt charters. And also you saw on TV the other day, I had Travis Miller, another one of the good young guys there. And we had it, he was, since we was with Capt charters, but he really has Miller Time charters. So if you look it up on the internet or whatever, Miller Time charters is Travis Miller. The report from them, all they call their A-team down there, all week long they've been going out catching those trout we was telling you about in the lakes. They're going in the marsh catching redfish, puppy drum, and bass. You know, that's what gets to me. They did good all the way to Friday when them storms and the squalls was there. They had the, I think they called it cowboys or something, the rodeo, and them guys that were doing a lot more partying. The weather sort of messed them up. And some of them end up with 15 or 20 trout, but the weather had them messed up. But the trout are there right now down in Dularge, Dulac, Cocodrie. You know, don't forget, all y'all people, y'all camps, go there. Another one I got back, Captain Steve Smith. He's fishing around the state park and over there in Vermilion Bay and all those areas at Sycamore Point. State park is the thing, catching on H&H plastics. He says every time he goes, the weather's good. Getting hotter and better. It's really turning on. That's what I got.
How about down in Venice? I know you talked to them down there.
Well, let me tell you, the news I come right now was to find out how they made. I talked to Buggy down in Grand Isle first. Buggy's all getting ready for the latest rodeo. He says the water did not come up. They had a little bit on the road. They had a blessing. The good Lord treated them good. Same thing with in Buras. We were worried about the grass down there. With Ryan Lambert, I talked to Mike Butler in Venice Marina. They've been catching fish. The bass are getting ready to turn on. In the next couple of weeks, we're going to be down there. By the way, the Saltwater Series is coming over there. It'll be on the 18th and 19th. Saltwater Series to fish off the championship. Steve Smith said he's ready. He won him and his partner won the over Garrison. They won the overall team title during the year. They said they're going to win it all. They want the Grand Slam. So. That's
well, typically what happens, we didn't get a large storm surge from Tropical Storm Karen, but we did get somewhat of a surge. When that starts to draw back out, that always stimulates the fish to turn on. It brings in those storm minnows. If they pop up, it brings in shrimp. So saltwater fishing, the weather-wise, access, you can pretty much go
we're going to find out for
sure,
because next week you're going with Jeff Brewer, and Jeff Brewer and them out there today, him and Gary Krause. They scouting and we'll see how that water draining out right now is going to make a difference.
I got the early report and it looks good, and I hope it'll hold up on there. Well, we want to remind you viewers out there, Keep sending us your photographs and your fishing reports. You're doing a great job. Include as much information, the who, the what, the where, the when, and the how.
And make sure you put that camera to the back. Your sun to your back, the light at the back. Have the camera guy in your face. You make sure the sun's at his back and your face is light and your hat is up.
Makes a big, big difference. Don't forget also check out ParadiseLouisiana.com. Merchandise sales, including what's soon to be.
Well, look, before I get this, I got to tell you, we got a big report to Henderson. Henderson and Spillway, people still catching fish down there. You saw the tournament last week. They sort of had a slight rise, but right now, Henderson is hot. Spinnerbait, lunkalure, frog, every kind of frog you can think of. Snagless type frogs, you know, you just keep them on top, or the ones you're running fast like a lunkalure over the grass. I had a nice trip. I'm going to show you that trip next week. Don Hutchinson over there took me there. A couple of his friends were really good. Now, before we go out, I want to talk about this. I always like this. You have one. We've been having them for years.
Looks better on me, though.
Yeah, I won't hold my stomach in. Hey, Carlton.
You need to get a different model, Carlton.
That's Carlton. That's called an armor loose. We got them in camouflage, different color camouflage. This is a good one. Bird hunt, rabbit hunt, squirrel hunt. The best I've ever seen. What is it made out of?
The 1,000 deer Denia Cadura.
That means that's the stitches.
That means 1,000 stitch in a square inch. You can cut it with a pair of scissors, and you can't tear it.
I know one thing. You can carry, when you're in shape, like I used to be, you can carry 4 big small rabbits in that thing. You know, when we were in Venice, when we killed 129, we had to make a bunch of trips, but this will do it. Thank you, Carlton. Appreciate it.
Thank y'all.
Good luck on the season, Carlton. We'll be joining you, I'm sure. That's it for us this week. Join us again next week here for another edition of Paradise, Louisiana.
Paradise, Louisiana, with Gary Risponi and Don Dubuque. Paradise, Louisiana would also like to thank these sponsors.
Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company. Aerial Access, the leader in aerial work process. Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change. Cracker Barrel Convenience Stores. We have more than you expect. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Louisiana, Farm Bureau Insurance, Louisiana Fish Fry Products, Gemco, First South Farm Credit, Area Wholesale Tire Company, with tire programs for tire dealers.